Hiya and welcome to Seriously Good TV Season 2 Episode 2. I'm here with my co-host Chloe, and later on we'll also be joined by Oscar, who is currently behind the scenes getting ready for what's coming up.
Speaking of what's coming up, in today's show we have a new section with Lucas and his reviews on any films that have come out or will be out in the future. Then we have the recognisable guest from the past with Oscar, showing us about his total makeover. Then we have an interview with Philip, a clothes designer specialising in drag queens. And finally, you'll also get a sneak peek of our special off-air episode, which will be on our YouTube channel soon. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification icon.
Oscar arrived earlier today to start getting ready. Let's have a look at how he got on. Studio, roll the VT. Hi, so we're here today joined by Oscar, who's going to be doing his really cool drag stuff. How are you today, Oscar?
I'm good, thank you. I've just got back from school, so I'm looking a bit crazy, but how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, yeah.
Good.
So what are you doing today? Like, tell us about your drag and stuff like that.
So today I'm going to be getting in full drag, so makeup, wig, all that stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, really cool. So how long have you been doing drag for?
Well, I've been doing drag for 2-3 years, but
Okay.
I've been experimenting with makeup for, I'd say, about 3-4 years. So
Yeah, that's nice. So like, what kind of inspired you to do?
Well, I first found out about drag from RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay, yeah.
But I just seen people express themselves so much, it really inspired me to do it.
Yeah, that's so cool. So like, this is where you're going to be obviously doing your makeup and stuff today.
Yep.
So yeah, are you excited?
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, so cool. Okay, so do you want to start getting ready?
Okay, so like I said earlier, today we have our new section called Lucas Goes to the Movies. Here we have Lucas with us, and we are going to ask him some questions about some movies.
Hello.
Hiya. Yeah, so the first movie is A Quiet Place Part 2. So do you want to tell us a bit about like the plot of the movie?
Basically, it's set immediately after the first film, where Amelia Blunt's family's home has been burned to the ground after the monsters attacked, and so they're exploring what's left of the world when they meet Emmett, played by Cillian Murphy. While he is alone, and they're sort of forced away to his home, actually. Well, the little home he lives in to stay away from the monsters. One of the kids hears a song on the radio, and thus the deaf child Regan and Emmett go to that island to see if there's anybody there and if it's safe.
Okay, yeah, that's really cool. So like, what did you like about the movie?
It was very much a tense film. Like, there were some genuinely scary bits, which I don't find horror scary a lot, actually, because it feels like they're always relying on jump scares.
Yeah.
Well, this one, well, it does have some jump scares. It's not done in the traditional way. It's more based about sound, because the way the world works is that these monsters are not, they're blind, but they have amplified hearing. So the smallest sounds could mean they know exactly where you are.
Okay, yeah.
So that has a lot of actual scariness to it. The acting's great because they're all really good actors. The opening scene is generally one of the most, it's a very tense scene because you know what's going to happen, but you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, I get that. So is there anything like you didn't like about it?
The ending, and that's all I'm going to say because this is a spoiler-free discussion.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so secondly, we have Nobody. So what is this movie about?
Nobody is about Hutch, who is a normal family man who works a normal job, and his boss is Michael Ironside, which means something. However, he used to be an auditor for the FBI, and he was the last person you wanted to see at your door. However, he quit and started a family. However, after an incident on a bus, this mafia is coming after him, so he must take them down using his skills in weapons and stuff, with help from his dad, who's played by Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, very fancy. Okay, so then who within this is your favourite character?
It's either Bob Odenkirk's, who's the main character, he plays Hutch, or Christopher Lloyd's character, he plays his dad, because he's an old man with a shotgun shooting a bunch of people. It's not a serious film, but it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so then if it's not a serious film, what was your least favourite part then?
The least favourite character?
No, part. What part of the film?
I don't know actually. No, seriously, I don't know. However, I do have a least favourite character in the family who all they do is complain at him.
Oh, okay. Okay, so finally, if you were the director, what would you add to the movie?
I would add a bit more to Hutch's backstory.
Nice. Okay, so the third movie is Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So tell us a bit about the plot of this movie.
Basically, Ryan Reynolds plays Michael, where he was a former bodyguard, but he goes on sabbatical after the events of the first film, Hitman's Bodyguard. However, he gets dragged back in due to Selma Hayek, and they have to rescue her husband, who's played by Samuel L. Jackson. And then they must stop Antonio Banderas from destroying Europe using a drill.
Okay, that's cool. So like, what's the favourite moment in the movie?
Any scene involving Selma Hayek, Samuel L. Jackson, and Ryan Reynolds, because they have such amazing chemistry.
Yeah, I get that. So what's your least favourite moment?
Sadly, it comes from Antonio Banderas because he is very much your generic foreign bad guy
Yeah,
you see in many films. But really, he's generic. At least you have fun watching him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so then fourth, we have Justice League. I'm not entirely sure on how to pronounce their name. It's Zack
Snyder. He is his version of the film. Basically, there was a version released in 2017. However, due to a family tragedy, he had to leave production and he got replaced by Joss Whedon. And let's be honest here, Joss Whedon's version is terrible.
Fair enough. So what is this movie about then?
Basically, after the death of Superman at the end of Batman vs Superman, Batman, played by Ben Affleck, and Wonder Woman, played by Gal Gadot, have to form an alliance to stop Darkseid and his minion Steppenwolf from collecting 3 mother boxes and taking over the world. They get the Flash, played by Ezra Miller, Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, and Cyborg, played by Ray Fisher, and they have to resurrect Superman.
Okay.
Who's played by Henry Cavill.
So out of all these people, who's your favourite character?
Cyborg, because he gets a lot of character, and you genuinely care about him because of his backstory, and they actually flesh out his character, unlike in the Joss Whedon version, who has basically no character.
Really dragging it through the mud here, aren't you?
Because Joss Whedon is bad.
And who was your worst character? Who did you dislike the most?
Steppenwolf, not because he's an awful his character, because it's a massive improvement over the Joss Whedon version. However, the main fault of it is that he explains his plan every single time he's on screen. While he is much more improved, he's still not great. However, I'm going to mention Martian Manhunter, who appears twice in the film. One scene with Lois Lane. However, reason why I don't like Lois, the Martian Manhunter film, because he kind of ruins the scene with Lois, because Lois thinks it's Clark Kent's adopted mum, so it kind of ruins the moment when you find out it's not actually her.
Yeah, cool. So like, do you want to rank these movies? What's your best to worst?
Best is Nobody, then it's the Snyder Cut, this is Zack Snyder's Justice League, and then it's Quiet Place Part 2, and then at the bottom, even though it's still fun, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard.
Okay.
And now I get to talk about a cult movie from 1986. It's Highlander, starring Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery and Clancy Brown. This film is about Conor McLeod, who is a Scottish Highlander, though he's played by a Frenchman for some reason. Don't know why. who is around since the 1500s and must battle in New York against immortals for the prize. The only way to kill an immortal is by decapitating them. So they use stuff like swords and stuff. It's very much a fantasy film that's set in modern times. However, it's backed by an amazing soundtrack by Queen. However, the first film has sort of been ruined by awful sequels. The last one, Highlander Source, I might call the worst film I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, really?
Because it ruins... The problem with all the sequels is that it ruins the tagline of the original, there can be only one. Because there's 4 of them.
Yeah, I get that.
However, the third one, The Sorcerer / whatever else they called it, for some reason has a billion titles, it's actually alright. And so is a TV show.
Cool.
Okay,
What
nice.
can you watch this film on for anyone
You
who
get it on
wants to watch it?
DVD, Blu-ray, and it's on Netflix.
Cool.
I was on BBC iPlayer for a bit, but I don't know if it's still on there.
Okay, cool.
That concludes it.
Yeah, so thanks for telling us all about these really cool movies and that. Okay,
It's been nice being here.
yeah, it's been cool. So,
It's been nice having you.
yeah. So now joining us in the studio is Philip, who is a really cool and a really amazing costume designer for drag queens. He should be joining us on Doom.
Hello,
Hiya.
Hey.
how's it going?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
good.
good.
How are you?
Yeah, really good, thank you, really good.
Good, good. Okay, so I think we are going to kick off this interview, yes?
Okay, so
Cool.
to start off, like, what are some of like the most rewarding and best parts of the career, like in making costumes?
I think the most rewarding part is always the end, when I get to send the garments off to a drag queen and then see what they do with it. I'm always really excited to be tagged on a photo on Instagram and see the makeup, the hair, the shoes, everything, and the performance that goes into it. I think that's always the bit that I enjoy the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously that's like a really important part of it, seeing how like your clients react to the products. But what was it that like originally got you into fashion and designing clothes for drag queens?
I mean, I've always been interested in fashion, even from being a really young child many moons ago. And then I studied fashion design about 10 years ago. And then since then, I've just kind of slowly been building a business, and it just kind of all happened last year, almost just due to the pandemic. I had to move back home, and thankfully I just got a couple of commissions coming in from drag queens, and it just kind of grew from there.
Okay, nice. So what's the kind of like process of making these different?
So the process can change quite a lot. It depends what the drag queen kind of wants. So some clients come to me with a very clear view of what they want, and I'm just there to kind of make that and realize that. But then other clients will come with just kind of like a rough idea, and then we'll work together and we'll do some sketches, might compose a mood board. And after we finalize that, we'll start looking for fabrics, which are obviously majorly important and can kind of dictate what kind of route we go down. And then after that, I'll just cut some patterns and start sewing, and off I go.
Yeah, it sounds like a very, very long process.
Yeah.
And of course they all have to be really intricate and flamboyant and extravagant and absolutely amazing for obviously the shows. So how long on an average would it take you to make kind of a certain outfit, like just on average? And then how long has your longest ever product taken?
I think on average, the whole process can take maybe like 3 weeks, because you have to factor in kind of deliveries of fabrics and kind of token backwards and forwards. And if there's one thing about drag queens is that they're sometimes hard to get a hold of. But yeah, about 2 to 3 weeks on average. I think the longest one I've ever done is definitely probably over a month. Just there was so much construction involved, and I had to kind of devise a way to kind of support 2 giant circles basically on someone's body and have nothing on the waist. And then there was, I think, 16 meters of pleated satin around each circle, which I had to do by hand because it was so thick. So, yeah, that was some tears were shed on that one.
Yeah. So what's like how is it like working with different people and like different queens and stuff?
Oh, I love it. Like it's one of my favorite things about the process is getting new commissions and meeting new queens and the drag scene everywhere, but particularly in the UK is so diverse, and so no two briefs are ever the same, and it's always great to get to talk to people and find out what their inspirations are, what the performance is going to be, and yeah, talking to people is one of the best things about it.
Yeah, of course. So what is the kind of design idea or the client who's you've like your favorite product? What is your favorite product that you have made for a client?
That's really hard because I get attached to all of the outfits, and they kind of become my baby for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I send them away. But I think one of my favorites is for a queen called Glue, down in kind of Brighton area, and she wanted her dream dress made, which was basically she wanted to look like a bottle of PVA glue, and so we made it in kind of bright orange PVC with lots of applique lettering, like a warning label. And I got to make a silly little hat that looked like glue was coming out of it. So that one was super, super fun. And it's always nice because that's kind of become her logo. So whenever she's on a poster, it's always that dress. So I always feel a bit like validated.
Oh my God, that is so
Yeah.
cool. Do you feel like well known almost? Okay, also bonus question. How often do you have to unpick stuff?
Every day, all the time, every project, something goes wrong in every project, and quite often have to spend a lot of time unpicking or recutting things or reattaching things. The project that I was working on today was all lace and chiffon, and those fabrics don't like each other
Not
very
easy
much.
to work with at all. Okay, well that kind of concludes our interview. We are going to stay on call with Philip. However, we are also going to check on Oscar's time lapse of him getting ready.
Hi.
How's it coming?
Pretty good. I've just glued down my brows and I've just drawn some brows on.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So like kind of what's next? Like what are you gonna
So after I've done this, I've just been doing my skin. So
Okay,
foundation,
yeah, nice.
concealer, all that stuff.
So is there anything that's inspired like your look today?
So my actual outfit has been inspired by a drag queen's outfit that I found online.
Okay.
If you can get a photo of that, that'd be great. So that was the outfit that was inspired by, but apart from that, there isn't really any inspiration about the makeup. or
Okay.
anything like
Yeah,
that.
that's nice. Okay. Did you have like a favourite drag queen or?
My favourite drag queen, I would say, is probably Bimini Bomboo Lash.
Okay, yeah.
Probably my favourite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, nice. Okay, so I'll let you get on with what you're doing and
Thank
like,
you.
yeah, so cool,
Thank
have
you,
fun. We'll
Sue.
see you when you're finished.
Cheers. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, so we are now joined with a fully ready Queen Oscar.
Hi. Hello.
Oscar is ready. How's it going?
Pretty good, thank you. How
Pretty
are you?
good. I'm doing great, thank you. So I think we're all just kind of going to have a bit of a discussion about the drag industry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
totally, let's go.
Okay.
So give us a little bit of your backstory about.
Okay, so I've been experimenting with makeup for maybe 2-3 years, probably experimenting with it. But I've been doing drag probably for maybe a year and a half, getting wigs and stuff like that. But I just discovered drag from things like RuPaul's Drag Race and just really inspired me, and I thought I'd try it out. So yeah.
Totally. Love that.
Cool. Yeah, so obviously we've got Philip here, and I believe Philip made your costume, right?
Yes, he did make this, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I absolutely love it. I love it so much. And Polished Remover made this wig too, so if you want to check them out, feel free to check them out because they're amazing. And do you want to plug your Instagram too?
Yeah, you can find me at O_Reinette, which is a bit hard to spell, but you can find us. I'm sure I'm tagged somewhere.
Yeah, so I found your Instagram from, I was looking at some drag queens Instagrams and I was looking at Sister's Instagram and I saw that you made an outfit for her, which I absolutely loved. I think it was I can't remember, what one was it? It was Chips one, I think, which I loved. And so, and you also said that you made the glue look, which is amazing. I love that one so much. It's incredible. You're so talented. It's incredible. It's really, really like great inspiration. You're really inspirational.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a fun job to have, and it's always fun to get. It's fun to get any brief, but especially if it's going to be. I mean, having a costume on Drag Race was one of my big dreams. So that was a real privilege to do and get my work out there. And it's nice that people respond well to it. And it always makes me feel good.
So did the queens from Drag Race, did they reach out to you or did you reach out to them?
A lot of them reach out to me. So I started working with some queens when I lived in Brighton, as I kind of met one of my neighbours who just happened to be a drag queen, and she was the kind of the first queen that I made stuff for, who's actually on Drag Race Spain now, Macarena.
Oh
So,
yeah, I love Macarena. Oh.
Yeah, she's one of my favorite people, and our careers really kind of we kind of boosted each other up a little bit, and I would make stuff for her, and it was always, she would give me briefs, so we had a really good working relationship. And then it just kind of grew from there, and some kind of local Brighton queens asked me to make some stuff. And then last year when I moved back up to the north, the commissions just kept coming, and more queens have thankfully asked me to do stuff. So yeah, it's always nice to hear an Instagram message come through asking for a garment.
It's amazing. So that's such a great partnership because getting a lot of exposure, that's amazing.
Mm. Okay, so obviously we are here with the creator of the outfit and the person or the queen wearing the outfit. Can we have a little twirl?
Oh yeah, I'll stand up. So this is it, so it's all bunched up because I haven't sat down.
Can we have a dissection or evaluation of the outfit?
Yeah, sure. So this is just, do you want to explain it? Because you made it with all the materials.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, all of the inspiration came from you. It was a nice brief from you because you kind of came, kind of knowing what you wanted and what the references were, and I just kind of ran with that a little bit and just had some fun with the fabric. So it's a faux leather and plissé jacket, and plissé is just kind of pre-pleated fabric with a pair of kind of like harem-ish style trousers, and then a belt that kind of resembles almost like a seat belt, with a little kind of few stoning details. So just super simple, really chic, and hopefully something that's gonna serve you well.
Thank you. I love it so much. Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you,
I think it looks amazing, honestly.
Yeah, you are so talented. It's crazy. I can't.
Agreed.
Okay, so I think that kind of really
Yeah, I think that kind of wraps us up.
time.
Yeah.
Thank you very
today.
much. Thank
Yeah.
you, Philip.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you so
thank
much
you for joining
Philip,
us.
for
and,
joining us
yeah,
today.
No, thank you for having me. It's been really fun.
It's great.
Thank you.
Cool.
Make sure to check out their Instagram because they're so amazing.
Cool. Okay, thank you. So, and finally, we have for you guys, as we said earlier, a little sneak peek for an upcoming special. This special is a debate between a few of us on a few topics, some serious, some ridiculous, which will be going live very soon.
Oh, here's a sneak peek for the special studio for the last time. Roll the VT!
So here we are, we're in the Braintree campus, and tonight we're going to be spending some time discussing some events which are going to be affecting some of us young people. Elliot, Oscar, Chloe, Lizzie. So let's get to it.
The LGBT community plus
Pride and Pride Month, LGBT community.
Yeah.
It was a black transgender woman.
rainbow washing.
If someone had written like an actual, genuine, really meaningful paragraph about the situation and their respect, it would have meant so much more.
She's got shot in the head, I think, but
Yeah.
she's still alive.
Do you now have one lasagna, or there's still two lasagnas just stacked on top of each other?
Okay, so that concludes our time today here at the Seriously Good TV studio. We've had a seriously good time and we hope you have too. And we will see you again next time. Bye!
Bye.